there were 39 racers in the Boston Marathon just about a month after Tokyo, so they entered the marathon circuit. What's the health status, or where is wheelchair racing now? Does it need saving? Is it thriving again? And if it is not, what will it take?
Yeah, I mean, I got in the sport in the mid '90s. I started in 1995, and so I mean, I'll say from the time that I started, there was always a reference point back to the 80s and the real and very much early 90s as just in terms of the popularity and the number of athletes who were participating in the sport, which was different certainly in the late 90s and early 2000s, and then beyond, in which some those numbers have been lower. But I think there's a variety of reasons. So I think from my standpoint, and just my very narrow experience as being here in Champaign, is that we've had a team size between 25 and 30 athletes training in one location really since 2007 and 2008, and so our numbers haven't decreased, and it's being fed by athletes coming out of their high school programs, which now across many states is mandated that those opportunities must be provided for students that have a physical disability, and oftentimes that allows them to participate on their wheelchair track teams, high school wheelchair track teams, which then feeds into a collegiate system, and so I think oftentimes there's a focus on the limited numbers in different races, but I do think there's an incredible amount of opportunity and an incredible amount of growth from the grassroots community into the high schools, which then we need to continue to pull out and cultivate and continue to extend those opportunities for competition, and there are those. So I think simply said, I think the sport is where it is in terms of numbers, and certain races you'll see an increase in the number of total athletes participating, and other races you'll see a little bit of a drop, and I think there's a variety of reasons. I mean, for that to happen, or why that's happening.